Let's be honest, 2016 has been for many, many people. So thank God we've got video games to escape from it all. With that in mind, I'm going to list my top 5 video games of 2016. Please bear in mind that I'm not a millionaire, I can't afford every single system and every single game that is released, so these are just the ones that I've had time to play and the ones that I rate the highest. Number 5. Until they released a game based on a movie that is based on the first original game, how confusing is that? I had never played the Ratchet & Clank franchise before. It was one that always seemed to pass me by, but when I saw Ratchet & Clank for PlayStation 4 on offer, I decided, hey, I like 3D platform shooters, I'll give it a go. I was extremely delighted when I did eventually get the game. It's such a fun 3D adventure shooter platformer. If you like games like Mario 64 or the Crash Bandicoot series, Jak and Daxter, then Ratchet & Clank is right up your street. There's some superb voice acting in the game, some genuinely really funny moments, and it's surprising to hear that the movie was actually pretty badly received, because the game is largely based off of the movie. Having played Ratchet & Clank for PlayStation 4, I now feel that I have to go back and buy the original run of the games. And now that I've got my PlayStation 2, I might just look at doing that. Number 4. The second game in the prequel run of Deus Ex sees us back with Adam Jensen after the events of the first game. The game does suffer from being the mid-story of an obvious trilogy and has a lot of sequel bait towards the end, but the level design and the stealth gameplay really holds up again. I mean, you can take on these levels in so many different ways. You don't even have to play stealth, you can go attacking. I just thought it was a really, really good first-person stealth game, and I actually liked it better than Dishonored 2. Unfortunately, because it is a mid-story sort of game, it is only number 4. Number 3. Watch Dogs 2 came out and blew away the first game, which a lot of people were disappointed with. I really enjoyed this game. I thought it was a great GTA clone sort of game with the sandbox style, but it had a lot more fun to it than the previous installment. It was by no means perfect, but it was certainly an improvement, and that's why I gave this one a 7 out of 10 in my Watch Dogs 2 review, which you can go back and watch on the channel right now. The little band of characters that we are with throughout the game are a lot more fun. The interactions are great. Really, really good geek culture references, and the gameplay is really good too, which is actually one part that I liked from the original Watch Dogs, and it's improved upon here yet again. With extra gadgets at your disposal, it really makes for a good third-person, stealth-based sandbox game. Number 2. I had never played Battlefield, not a single version of the game. I'd always been a Call of Duty guy, and then I played Battlefield 1 and I was blown away by it. Now, both games are slightly different, Call of Duty being more of a twitch shooter, whereas Battlefield is more of a tactical based shooter. The story mode is pretty good, although a little bit on the short side. I would have liked to have maybe a few more missions, a few more hours on there. It took roughly 5 hours to complete, but the little stories are great, and it really gives you the scope of how much it's affected the entire world. Once you've played the solo missions, it is phenomenal to jump into the multiplayer. I have not experienced a multiplayer game like this for a number of years now. I'm not a big multiplayer sort of person anyway, but to jump in this with 4 other friends and be in a squad and play the operations mode, you've got to try the operations out if you have not done that yet. It covers large maps over multiple stages. It's really, really good fun, and I can't recommend a multiplayer game any more highly than this. Maybe Rocket League, but definitely for this year, Battlefield is the top of that list. Number 1. My number 1 game for 2016 is Uncharted 4. It felt like a blockbuster, and it really, really, really was a blockbuster. Naughty Dog brought it again with their polished gameplay, their polished cutscenes, and their fantastic voice cast. The interactions between Nate and his brother and Sully are just on point again. There's no better developer at storytelling right now in gaming, in my opinion. Having played Uncharted 4, I can't wait now for Last of Us 2. This even had a decent multiplayer, although a pretty basic one, but it was pretty fluid. Who wouldn't want to go after pirate treasure? And that's exactly what you get to do in Uncharted 4. If you've got a PlayStation, go and get the entire Uncharted franchise right now if you haven't already. Okay guys, that is my top 5 games of 2016. If there's any that I missed, let me know in the comments. As I said, I don't get to play every single game that comes out, so we'd like to hear what yours are. I'm Jack from Slash. And we'll see you again soon.